Hello everybody, thank you for joining me in today's question and answer videos. I want to welcome new subscribers. Hello everybody, thank you for subscribing. Channel's growing fast, so that's great. Please take advantage and ask questions down below in the comment section. Always ask me anything you want and I'll answer them in the next Q&A video. This comes out every single Monday, okay? So all I ask, if you guys ask questions, is please give us your locations. I and many others out there feel better and like to know where you guys are from asking questions, and everybody watching this video, because it gives us a sense of, it's like validation, closeness, togetherness, stuff like this. We need to feel this. Isolation is a big part coming out of emotional and abusive relationships. And it's just a good feeling to know that we aren't the only ones suffering. And this really is a thing. You know, it's not just us. So please give us your locations. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Something I've been supporting lately is something called Shane's Law petition. What happened is a man named Shane was smear campaigned publicly for a very long time. And him and his family were completely all affected by this. It was intrusive. It was in his work, in his private life, relationships. And Shane couldn't find any help anywhere. And sadly enough, after a while, he committed suicide. He took his own life. So someone started a petition in Shane's name called Shane's Law. And it's to stop this smear campaigning. So some people are still confused. And basically, I want you to know that smear campaigns aren't okay. And I know that we sometimes get caught up in stuff like this, and who said that, and he said, she said, and are they, what's true, what's not, and basically talking bad about people publicly, at all is not good, but publicly we don't do it. So it doesn't matter who's doing it, doesn't matter who's right or wrong, or if what they're saying is right or wrong. We're not talking about slander and libel and things like this. It's just smearing someone, defaming character, targeting, saying bad things about people are not okay. We don't need this in society, okay? It's degrading, and it causes people to kill themselves. It causes suicide. So if you guys could do me a favor, and plenty of other people out there that can benefit from some law like this taking action, please follow the link down below, and it'll take you to Shane's Law petition, and all you have to do is sign it. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. I like to come up with a recommendation every Q&A now. So today I'm going to recommend some reading, a book. And it's by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. And the book is called Attached: The New Science of Adult Attachment and How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love. Good readings. I made a video about attachment styles. If you're interested in stuff like that, please go and find it. It's a good video, I think. This is a good reading. It's good to be aware of what attachment style we are. And if you guys have any questions about that, just ask. Thank you very much. So let's get started with the first question from Jules Queen. And please tell us where you're from, Jules, next time. Thank you. After 4 months of no contact, my ex drove by my work. Is this hoovering? And you have more, but, well, technically, hoovering is like trying to suck someone back in the relationship, right? So I don't know if that's what he's trying to do, right? Why would he ghost me, then drive by to make sure I see him, then disappear again? Weird, right? Weird behavior. And I can tell you a lot of times maybe what a narcissist might be thinking or feeling, but really when it comes to this kind of crazy, chaotic, weird, unstable behavior, I don't know why. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know why he's doing it. And I don't know what he's going to do next. I can guess. All this comes down to, and I know this is hard to understand right away. Narcissists can't be in relationships. I know I say that all the time, but I really need to drill that there's 10 personality disorders, and they're basically, originated by doctors and scientists because it's the easier way to explain the people that have them and why they can't have relationships. Relationships are single number one most important thing in our lives. Okay, and everybody wants them. Everybody seeks attachment, and everybody wants relationships and needs relationships with people. So they're looking, they're trying. You can't blame them for trying, I guess, but they don't have the capacity. It's very difficult to have successful, especially intimate relationships with people. It's not easy. Okay, it's not easy for healthy people, especially not unhealthy people. So why would he ghost you and then drive by to make sure that you see him and then disappear again? Crazy. You know, I mean, I always resort back to children. These people are emotional children. So imagine having a relationship with a 7-year-old boy. You know, they can't handle it. They'll cross their arms and stomp out of the room when they don't get their way, and they'll say, "I hate you," and die. And you hear little kids say that to their parents and stuff. "I hate you forever. I just want you to die." You know, running out of the room, or "I'm going to run away." You know, they don't fucking know what they're thinking. You know, all reactionary, all emotional dysregulation, tons of shame, and just no capacity to talk about their feelings, to address how they feel. And they may not even know how they feel. They lie to themselves so much too. You don't know what he believes really, he believes he probably hates you, but is attached to you and can't detach. You know, maybe he wants you back, but doesn't know how to tell you. He knows he would have to apologize, but can't do that. You know, can't be vulnerable and say, "I'm sorry for being a POS for a minute," or a month or a year or 10 years. You know, you can't just apologize. You know, when they have the amount of shame they have, you can't touch it. You can't touch unless you touch the whole thing, unless you try to, and they just can't. So it's weird behavior. That is so weird. I agree. But do you see how, he ghosted you? I guess that's how the relationship ended. He discarded you with no, didn't tell you anything. So you don't know how he felt. It was just too much for him. Right? And then he still attached to you, no closure. He still wishes, you could be what he wants. It's very similar to how you might feel. But, he wants to come back, and maybe he just, for his ego, he just needs you to want him. But he doesn't want to come and contact you again, because that would be vulnerable. That means I'm lower there. That means I need or want something from you. I can't admit that. I need you to want me. Sociopaths, and I think narcissists can be the same way. They want you to be envious of them. A lot of narcissists and sociopaths are envious people, especially sociopaths. Envious. That means I want what you have. I'm going to take it from you and destroy you for it. Things like this. They can't do stuff on their own. Their entitlement believes I should just have it. So he can't discuss his feelings, emotions. He can't ask for what he wants. He can't apologize and talk to you about things and where it went wrong and stuff like this. It's your fault. You're bad. But here he is, right? Bothering you. I mean, that's weird. That's severe attachment problems. I'm sorry I can't make more sense of it, because I don't even know him. I wouldn't know. I'm just going by how narcissists are, and that's why I'm so general. Tons of shame, no capacity to have a relationship. Okay, hope that helps. Thank you. Bianca from Los Angeles, California. Hello, Bianca. My ex-narcissist and I were together for a year. Why did he not discard me? Did I beat him to the punch? Well, I wouldn't know, right? But probably, you read so much that narcissists discard you. But typically what a narcissist will never do, the reason is, like I said before, no capacity. So we need closure in a relationship, right? And if I don't want to be with somebody anymore, I have to break it to them. And we really should give closure in relationships, really. And when you do break a relationship, any friendship, any kind of relationship with somebody in your life, you should tell them why, and it should be honest. Really, as hard as it is to hear something from someone you care about that, they don't want to be with you and why, it's better than not knowing. Not knowing causes shame. Right? Punishing somebody, hurting somebody, and not telling them why, that person feels like, I deserve that. I'm a bad person then. I just deserve it. Explaining to them helps them understand. It doesn't hurt so much. Okay? So they discard people because they can't come to you and say, I'm so sorry. You know, I care about you, but I'm just not in love with you anymore. You know, I'm not attracted to you anymore. You know, I want to be single. This relationship isn't working for me, and I feel there's no reciprocation, and I invest so much I don't get return, and I'm sorry, and you know, I'm sorry for the things that I've done wrong. You know, things like this. You know, remember the old saying, "It's not you, it's me." You know, that doesn't help, does it? That doesn't help. Trying to just not hurt someone's feelings doesn't help. What they're trying to do is not hurt their feelings, right? They don't deal with it. Walk off. You're a bad person. And they punish you for it. Because that just suits it, right? I mean, that's what you should do. If someone's bad to you, you got to punish them. They can't handle it. They can't handle everything that a relationship entails. Can't do it. Can't do it. Thanks. And yeah, you probably beat him to the punch. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Segura Luve from California. Hi, David. After a month of no contact with my ex, he reached out to me asking if I had contacted someone he knows months ago. If I did it for closure or whatnot, is there anything wrong with it? Why is he asking now that it's over? Well, I'm not going to get into the details. It's kind of confusing if you're seeking closure by contacting someone he knows months ago, but the relationship ended 1 month ago. I don't understand that, but it doesn't matter. Okay, like you said, the relationship is over. It ended. And now he's contacting you, basically wanting to know, why did you contact someone he knows? Why is he doing that now? Well, he probably found out now. You know, so much of hoovering and contacting the ex from the narcissist, so much of that is just you come in their head. It's like a trigger. You know, they may not be thinking about you at all. And then, you know, the same color and make of car drives by that you own. They're thumbing through stuff and come across card and photos. Somebody brings you up. Friend tells you, oh, so, you know, your girlfriend contacted me months ago. You know, these kinds of things, he's going to be paranoid and think that you were trying to sabotage him, talking crap about him. He's going to think that you were trying to cheat on him. You know, his ego's hurt. And he's too unhealthy to realize, well, that's something I deal with on my own now that the relationship is over. Oh, no, I'm going to call her up and punish her. I'm going to make sure she didn't really want him. You know, now I'm going to make sure she wants me again. Ah, fine. Feed that ego, right? Feed that ego, right? I mean, that's what I think. You know, and what you're asking me, I did it for closure. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't know what you did, and I'm not going to tell you anything you did like that was wrong. That's between you and him, I guess. I don't know. But you're right. The relationship is over, right? So why is he coming back? You know, he doesn't care about boundaries. He doesn't care who you are. He's probably objectified you, you know. I wouldn't know, but sounds like his ego's hurt. So, you know, a little paranoia mixed in there. Who knows what he thinks you were doing? Who knows? Delusional people they are, aren't they? All right, last question for part one is from the letter A from New York. Hello, A. Do you think there comes a time when it is healthier for me to stop studying narcissists, watching videos, and seeing a therapist? I feel I have learned my lesson and want to move forward, but how do I know? Okay. Good question. Sure. And I'm glad you said, how do I know? Because I can't decide that for you and nobody else can. That's up to you. And you said you feel like you've learned my lesson and want to move forward. How do I know? So, how do you feel? How do you feel about the bad times? You know? And do you really clearly understand everything? Is there things you don't quite understand? Is there things troubling you about specifics? Are you still having nightmares? Are you are weird random thoughts just popping in your head about your ex and the one time they said this, or why did they keep saying this, or did they really care? Did they really love you? If you've got lots of questions, you're still trying to understand, okay? And I would say keep learning. Now, you don't have to watch narcissist videos. You don't have to study narcissists. you don't have to, you know, those things, you don't have to do that. You know, I know it makes us feel good right away, and we want to know, we're interested and want to know what, you know, personality disorders are, specifically narcissism, and it helps us understand. That's good. But a lot of this is learning about you, you know, learning about your whole life, seeing that whole big picture so it totally makes sense to you, okay? So, you know, and I'm really glad you're seeing a therapist. And why don't you ask this question to your therapist? If someone's been working with you periodically, or, you know, and has been with you and understanding the things you've gone through and how you're feeling and stuff like this, they'll give you a better idea of where you're at in your recovery. I can't. But we don't ever have to stop seeing therapists, guys. Therapists aren't just there for when it hurts. Okay? Therapists see other therapists. I don't need to be totally screwed up to see a therapist. There's nobody that doesn't have problems. There's nobody that can't use a little support, guidance, somebody that's trained in a specific field. You know, we aren't experts in life. You know, but there are experts that are there are people that are experts in specific parts of life. And by seeing these experts, we can make our whole life better. And it doesn't have to be that you're down here, sick, hurt, confused. It's just life, man. It's just someone, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a coach or therapist or counselor. You know, it's just someone there on your side, on your team, someone just answering questions, right? I mean, it would be like if we all had to work on our own cars. Maybe I'll see a mechanic that helps me learn how to fix my transmission, and maybe I'll see a specialist that helps me, you know, whatever. You get what I'm saying, I hope. So it's not like there's something wrong with you because you're seeing a therapist. And a lot of people think that. Or a lot of people will recognize I need help and I'm going to see a therapist, right, until I feel better. So maybe 2 times, 3 times, and I'm good. I feel all right. You know, no, there's stuff you got to learn. Healing is not just about feeling better. I know we want to feel better, but how does that happen? How do you think that happens? It's not just time. It's understanding. Okay? Therapists help you do that. And more importantly, they'll help you not make mistakes. You know, life is about making mistakes, and that's how we learn. But we shouldn't need to keep repeating mistakes. You make the mistake and you learn everything from it, and you shouldn't need to keep repeating it. And they help you do that. Okay, think of all the time we've wasted repeating mistakes when you had somebody right there on your shoulder going, nah, you know, remember what happened last time? Well, this is why it happened. You sure you want to do that again? No, I don't want to. Oh, try this? Oh, okay. Oh, that worked. Problem solved right there. You know, there's 5 years of making the same mistake I don't need to make anymore. And we all make mistakes our whole life, right? So we could all benefit from therapy of some kind our whole life. Right? Don't have to be sick. Thanks, guys. That's the end of part 1. If you could do me a favor. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to get this information as big as possible so it reaches as far as possible. You guys can help me do that by supporting this video. Thumbs up and down, subscribe to the channel, comment, share, post it on forums and groups, and give it to people who need it. Okay? Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you in part 2. Bye-bye.